Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel, and in this video we're going to be taking a look at how to sound like Sleep Token. Now I can't remember where I heard it, but I heard this description of Sleep Token where someone described it as an indie band that added in metalcore. And I think this is a very apt title on Sleep Token and describes them. So you've got that indie element with those sort of pianos and synths and those vocals, and then you kick into these super heavy sections with low tuned guitars. So we're going to explore that sort of dynamic range of that sort of soft indie side and the metalcore side to combine it together to create a Sleep Token song. So let's jump into the DAW and see how this is done. But before doing that, if you're new to this channel, hit that subscribe button, and also don't forget to click on that notification bell to be notified of my future videos. Okay, so let's jump in. Okay, so first off, I want to start off with a synth line that has this melody that plays throughout the song. You normally have these sort of high melody lines that are played through that are very recognizable. So I've sifted through some synth presets and instruments, and I landed on this preset here in Vital, which is the distant majestic lead, and sounds like this. So as you can see, it's using this granular wave shape here combined with a sawtooth waveform over here. And this is the melody that I've created with the synth that's going to create the sort of grounding for this whole song. As well, I've added some effects onto the insert chain just to sort of tailor that sound. So if we go over here, I've also added a delay. So I've just got some extra repeats over there. Then I've added an EQ. With this EQ, I've cut out some of the lows and shelved off some of the highs. Then I've added in some reverb in the form of Valhalla Room. I've just taken the default preset over here and just pulled down the mix. So you're just getting more airy, spacey sound. And then finally after that, I've added another EQ over here where I've cut more of the lows and more of the highs. Next up, let's add some piano. I'm sure you've heard piano all over Sleep Token songs. So we're going to take a piano that plays some chords over the synth line. So Sleep Token like to tune really low on their guitars. They go down to D#1. So I'm using my Jazzmaster 30-inch baritone over here, tuned down to D#1, and I've got a very simple line that we're going to play over that's going to be our sort of chorus idea. Then for the guitar tones, I'm using STL Tones Ampub. I'm using an instance of the Solstice Solo 100, which is an emulation of the Soldano SLO 100. These are the settings that I've dialed in. And then this is going into a 4x12 EVH style cabinet. And then over here, I've just added some extra processing in the form of an EQ where I've just cut out some of the lows, done a bit of boost at about 200 Hertz, cut out some of the resonant frequencies, shelved off some of the high frequencies, and then also a bit of SS style EQing. If you want to see how I do this EQ, then definitely check out my video here on how to EQ low tune guitars. So that is the guitars. Now let's explore the drums. Now for the drums, this is really a core element of Sleep Token songs. The drummer is absolutely amazing. He plays these very busy beats over very simple riffs. So over here, I've spent quite a bit of time on this, but I'm going to show you what I did. So I've got a pattern that plays over the guitars, but more importantly, I've added some very busy fills here using some snares, and later in the verse, in the next section, I'll show you how we do some tom fills as well. So take a listen over here. So that really is the key. Spend some time on your drums. You want to get some very busy patterns, especially with the snares. So for example, if I just solo this over here and play back this section over here, you'll see what I mean. And then this section over here as well. So I'll just solo that. So while doing the programming of your drums and your productions, make sure to add some very busy snare fills over there. Now let's get into the vocals. As you know, Vessel is a baritone style singer. He sings very low. So I tried to emulate that. So I sung quite low in my register and I added some effects onto it to get the sort of sound that we're going for. So let me play back the vocal and then I'll show you the processing that we did.
Just the way you were, I feel the same again.
That is the vocals. Now let's get on to the processing that I added. So as you can see here, I've got quite a chain of effects. I've got waves, CLA vocals. I'm using a bit of the bass, some treble, some compression, some delay, and some widespread with the pitch. Then we move over onto some EQing. I've got some SSL style EQ over here where I've dialed in the following settings. I've got a de-esser, then as well as a limiter in the form of the L1 limiter, and then some exciting of the harmonics and saturation with SPL's twin tube, and finally some room reverb with some Valhalla room. So let me just give you an idea of what the vocals sounded like dry. So I'm just going to solo those vocals, no effects.
Just the way you were.
And then now with all these effects.
Just the way you were.
And then another aspect with the vocals is to add some harmonies. So we've got these baritone vocals as well as some falsetto vocals. And just before getting into the chorus section, I've added a harmony with some extra low vocals. So let me just solo those so you can hear. So this one and this one. So we've got the falsetto over here.
I feel the same again.
So let's talk a bit more about the arrangement now. So in the beginning, we're going to have that synth, the piano, and then the baritone vocals. Then it kicks into your sort of heavy chorus section. There's no vocals, there's the low tuned guitars, there's the drums, as well I've added a bass guitar, which is playing basically the same as the guitar. Then after this, I want to go into a second verse with a different vocal line. And importantly, I want to show you how you can add a vocoder onto your vocals. So let me show you how I've done this. Okay, so over here, I've got this vocal line that comes in after the first heavy sort of chorus.
But it's all gone right, but it's all gone good, but it's over.
We've got some harmonies here.
But it's over.
But more importantly, I want to add a vocoder synth. So over here, I've got an instance of Vital. It's playing the analog pad preset. And then on my vocal track over here, so if I go to my main vocal, what I've got here is a vocoder. And then this vocoder is side chaining to that synth. And what we got now is this.
But it's all gone right, but it's all gone good, but it's over. But it's over.
And now hearing that with the rest of the instrumentation.
But it's all gone right, but it's all gone good, but it's over. But it's over.
And just quickly to talk about the drums again. So when we go into the second verse, I've kept the drums busy. We've got some snare fills there and some big tom fills. So let me just open those drums and then just play them back for you. So I'm going to solo those drums, open up the editor, and take a listen over here. So really the key is having busy drums and adding in fills with the snares or the toms, or having big hits with your cymbals. And then after this second verse over here, we go back into a chorus with those heavy guitars and the drums and the bass. Okay, so now let me give you a full playthrough of the song so you can hear what it sounds like with this whole arrangement.
Just the way
my How to Sound Like Sleep Token video. So I'd say the key elements there are adding in synths that are playing a melodic line, adding in your pianos, then your low baritone vocals that mixes falsetto with that. That can be your sort of verse section. And then you kick into your chorus section where you've got your busy drums with your busy fills and your low tuned guitars. Also, what I showed you over there was adding a vocoder with the vocals for sort of different verse idea. But as you can see, that lays the groundwork on what I think makes your songs sound like Sleep Token. So that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it and you learned some things on production and styles of instruments that you can use to create a song that sounds like Sleep Token. Please let me know how I did in the comments. I'd really like to hear your feedback and see how close I came. So if you're new to the channel or if you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button. Also, don't forget to click on that notification bell and I'll check you in the next video.